Good day. Once again, we are here on another episode of our podcast called ImpactPod. Thank you, our viewers, for sticking with us and watching all our previous episodes. And today, it's gonna be a little bit controversial. I wouldn't say controversial, but when we get along in the topic, you know what I mean. We have two beautiful ladies in the house today. With me, I have Nadu and I have Binkwe on the other side. The topic today is really a little bit deep and sensitive. We're talking about why does it happen that when marriages break up, ladies, on the other hand, tend to date other married people instead of dating single people. It's like a trend that has been noticed, and we're like, okay, let's throw it up into the house and see what the view is. So I'll start with
Sorry, in
our
addition,
guys in the house.
in addition, we're talking about why do marriages, especially among we African folks, break up after coming all the way from Africa.
Africa down here. Hmm.
So no, okay.
So, can I start?
Yeah,
You free?
sure.
Okay. I'm gonna start by saying, mainly when it comes to from like African couples, where you're coming from home to a different world, whatever you're going to is never what you expected. Everybody is expecting fairy tales. Everybody always expected like money on the trees when you come to America. I'm just gonna pluck the money from the tree and everything's gonna be perfect. But then it's not like that. So whatever title that you have, husband and wife, when you get here, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, when you get here, you face the world, America, differently. You have work, you have education, you have your families back at home that are still expecting you to take care of them. You have friends, you have to build a community here yourself too. It's so much things that you have to face that if you're not facing it together and you're trying to be, oh, I'm the man, I'm going to do this by myself, or I'm the woman, I'm going to do, no, it's not going to. That's why a lot of people are breaking up, because the thing that they're expecting fairy tales, and it's not. And then there's another thing too, it's like, well, it takes two to tango,
Yep.
you know? It both people have to work together. It don't matter where you're from. Two people have to work for a marriage to go right. And then another thing I'll say is a marriage is not a, how do you call it? A marriage is like a house. When your light bulb break in your house, you can't throw your house
That's
away.
the way.
So this generation of people in marriages, they don't plan that. Every little thing, they're ready to get up and go. When we get here, it's hard. You're not the same person you was back at home. I'm ready to go. Oh, you're not doing this. You're not, your body's not looking at this. I'm ready to go. But in a marriage, you have to decide, like, this is who I'm marrying. This is who I love. And it's a commitment you say before God and you everybody, and you stick to it. So a lot of people are not committing anymore. And a lot of people are also following everybody, trying to keep up with the
With the
Joneses.
Joneses, yeah.
Yeah. So like it's so many things that have to do with the cultural differences, everything, the timing, waking with the time that we wake up in Africa. It's different. And then like in America when you're working, so like you get every other weekend off. In Africa you can work Monday to Friday. Nobody
No,
have to see your face except your family. Everything is so different when it comes to that.
Okay. Thank you.
So
Okay, so I'm gonna like share my light in the aspect of being an African, right? So I would say one of the reasons is because we Africans we marry for the wrong reasons. Sometimes because the woman got knocked up, so they have to tie the knot. Sometimes it's because I'm getting old, so I have to get out of the house. Sometimes it's because like so many reasons that's not what marriage is based on. So you end up marrying the wrong person. We don't ask the right questions. You don't set your expectations for your partners. So you end up with the wrong person. Like I've spoken to couples that will be like, oh, she want to be a full housewife. I don't want her to be a full housewife. That's like when you marry the wrong person. At least before you get into the the whole
Marriage.
commitment. You should have known what your partner's dream is all about, what is expected of you in that relationship, how you guys are going to work and navigate through different things. But when that is not, facing, like in the beginning of the relationship, when you start facing challenges, because marriages come with a lot of challenges. So when that challenge comes, you guys are like, thrown apart. So you are lost. And then the best thing with, the social media and the exposure we have right now, everything just fall apart.
Ridiculous.
And then another point is that the way our culture is, women, we've been raised to
Submit.
yes, but we want to submit to somebody who gives us that confidence, because I want to submit to somebody that I know is not going to lead me astray. I want to submit to somebody that I know that I'm submitting to somebody that actually really care, not because he want a glorified housemaid. So because I see how women, you see what other women are experiencing out there. You want the same thing. You have your own desire. You have your dreams of how you want your home to be. But when you don't get that from your husband or from your partner, then it becomes a different ball game. And when you are in this kind of environment where single mom, we have the support that we don't have in Africa. So when you get out of that environment, you have that option to go for what you think is best for you, especially where the man is contributing to the minimum. Like men just want to bring in money. They don't pitch in every other aspect.
Take the kids to school,
yes. And the emotional aspect of it is what takes much more from the women. So when we get to this environment, it becomes very overwhelming.
Yeah.
You'll be like, okay, what is this man really doing in this household?
Exactly.
If he's not really you realize that this man does not make any difference. You just want to go and have your peace and your mental health. You want to prioritize that and that of your kids more than any other thing.
Like, let me go suffer by myself. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm at home with my husband and my kids, and my husband is going to work. In America, you can be a stay-at-home wife, but no, you can't be a stay-at-home wife. Everybody have to pitch in sometimes. Even when you're at home, your husband has a professional job that he's doing. You still got to find stuff to come in to help him too. So like if he's paying for the mortgage, you have to help with the light bill or the gas bill or the cable or, little stuff, make the food while he's taking care of stuff, that stuff. So both of us are building this marriage together. But if we're doing that and you're just saying, just because I pay the bills, I don't have to worry how the kids get to school in the morning. I don't have to worry about what the kids wear. I don't have to worry about what they eat or anything like that because I'm just bringing the money. The woman will take care of that. In Africa, it's possible for you to do that because even though the husband is doing that, we have our mothers, we have our sisters, we have our housemaid, our cousin. It's a whole family that helps, the village that help in Africa. But in America, they can't help because them too, they're on credit. They have bills and stuff. The bills, the whole country is built on credit. So we have all of that we're worried about. So when you get home, I know you've been working that all day too, but your wife, she need that support. Because even just going to Walmart with the kids is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then here you come, you get home, you're tired, you drink your stouts, and you go home, and you go to sleep. No. No.
The men are feeling a little bit knocked down here, but
I have to tell you how my day went.
We need to let the
let them hear it out.
Yes,
let them hear it out.
From my own point of view, coming from a Nigerian guy, I believe most of our women coming from Nigeria or any part, I don't know about any other African countries, but I would say about Nigeria, I would say that there is no, they don't have the, I don't want to say they don't have, maybe they don't have the sense of how you share the duties in the house. The man takes up the duties back home, majorly all the bills, all everything, the man takes responsibility of it. Are we talking of the school fees? Are we talking of the house? Are we talking of the kids wants to change their uniform? Is the man back home? So I believe coming down here now, let me finish.
No.
Because I'm ready to attack.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
Okay.
That's the beauty. When we get here,
Okay.
it's a different ball game. Now, the man has to work. He's been used to working. Now the lady the woman also has to work now.
Exactly.
But now, the man can't take all the bills no more, like he was doing back home. Now, we all now have to sit down and talk about the bill. if I'm paying the rent and I'm paying, let's say, the light bill or gas bill, you should be ready to pick up the phone bill and the internet bill.
Of course.
But you said, of course. But I can tell you now, if you push it out there, how many, now I'm using my country, I'm not saying any other country, Nigerian women that just come in with their husband and that is thrown to them and they accept it.
Can I come in real quick?
Okay.
I think the problem is this. They actually do accept.
Okay.
From personal experiences and other experiences, they actually do accept. I think if we want to be honest, the problem lies with, a lot of it lies with us men. We, like you said, back home,
The men.
rent, everything, like you take care of it. I was just like, you want to go out to chill with your friends. Nobody's asking you. They probably even ask you, what time are you coming back home? You just go, you come back. Now out here, you want the women to support. But then you've forgotten the part of now, because they have to support, they have to go out there. They have a 9 to 5 too. Or they have a store they are running or something. Now, sorry to say, probably on weekends or when my siblings don't come to visit, you barely find me doing house chores. If we want to be honest with ourselves, because okay, back home I have someone I pay to come and clean every weekend. I have someone I pay to come and clean, do all that shit every weekend. Out here I cannot afford it.
Yes.
But here I am, Saturday morning. I'm not ready to wake up to vacuum, but I'm waking up at 6:30 to watch Liverpool Arsenal.
Say it again, please. Please.
Yeah, it's the honest truth. I can afford to wake up at 6 a.m. to watch Liverpool Arsenal. But I know I'll be pissed as hell if I'm asked to wake up at 6 a.m. to vacuum. Like, are we okay? Why are you asking me to vacuum? But then I also expect them to chip in
With the bills.
Yes.
And
then take care of the kids.
take care of the
You
house.
do that. There's a lot of jokes online. There's a lot of jokes online. There was one I watched. I'm going to be real quick about it. This guy picked up he's a comedian. And he said, he got a call from the kids' school. And they said, oh, what bus are your kids on? He was like, you called the dad.
Exactly.
Not the mom. You know, a lot needs to be done on our part to, if we want to really be factual and honest with ourselves. If we expect them to bring in back home, yeah, Ayigbawa, we can do what we want to do. But out here it's a different ball game.
It's still a different ball game. Let me finish, please.
Okay.
It's still a different ball game. I'm not every man, and every individual for themselves. But for me, even as I'm doing what I'm meant to do, I still chip in.
You're one of 100.
Oh, yeah,
Wait. That's
No.
what I'm saying. But I've seen homes. At least I've been in some gatherings. You know, it's very easy for us to come here and cover our face. I've been in some gatherings where when the men are drinking and they're at that level, that's when they voice out. And at that point in time, sometimes I sit down and I wish that wives can just put their ear to the wall and hear what they're saying. But it's very easy for us to say that we men have our fault 100%. Because some of us believe if we've paid the bill, then the woman should take up the rest, even though the stress of the house, taking kids to the school. Some men are like that. Also, I'm not saying some men are not like that. Some are like that. Likewise, some are not like that. But I've seen from experience, I've seen when it comes to sharing the bill, it takes the woman. It takes them, Nibo, it's not going to happen. But it happens, don't get me wrong.
Hold on.
But it's a 50-50 thing.
Hold on, what's that?
It's not on one side than the other.
For me, I have a different perspective to this thing. Anything we want to say here, I would like us to use our own personal experiences.
Okay.
So for me, I believe marriage is not a prison.
Yes.
Yes, it's not a prison. I believe a lot of things that there are a lot of reasons why all these arguments that are always coming up is there's no proper communication. That is the truth. I could remember when I was back home in Nigeria. I'm the only one they know in my children's school because I know their mom is always a busy person. So I took it as and today those kids, they still remember it. But a lot of women, we feel like because I paid the bride price, that is all.
Those are the local.
So that's by the way. Like Mayor said, you can't eat your cake and have it
Not possible.
until everybody comes around and believe that this thing is like,
A union.
yeah, like a union, that you have to come to the table together and say, okay, how are we going to work this out? If there's no proper communication.
And then, I'm sorry, not to cut you off. And then the thing is too, right? So it's because it's a union, we're in a partnership. If I see that, as a woman, if I see that my husband is, we're in America, he's working, but he's not helping with the home or something like that, I have to show you. We're here to grow together too. A lot of people, it's so hard to, because they be like, you can't change a man.
You met the stubborn ones?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but exactly.
Ones when they
But that's the thing. In the marriage, it's compromise. If you can't, no matter how much stubborn you are, that your wife should be that person. It's like you can be so stubborn when your mother call you on the phone and say, "Hey, my wife, see, I don't like what you did yesterday." So your wife, I'm sorry.
Sorry to cut you. That's another problem in marriage. If your husband or your partner does not have someone they actually respect and listen to, that's going to be a problem.
That's why you have to have God too. You always have to have God. So you could say, let's pray together. Let's sit down, we'll pray, whatever it is. Even if he's not praying for you. If you did something I don't like and I go on my knees tonight, tomorrow morning you wake up and you apologize to me. If you don't, the whole day you won't be at peace yourself. Because even though you don't have a mom or dad or whoever I can call, I call someone that is like, I talk to God and God will show you pepper. So I have to. It's a partnership. We have to help each other grow. And people are not, again, committing to that. Like just say, oh, this is the person that I'm dealing with and we're going to do this together no matter how bad the person is. Some people will be so bad, but you talk to them. Do you want to stay together? Let's work at it together. Let's take counseling together. In this generation, people are not doing that no more. They don't want to help the partnership grow. Oh, this person is like a tier of power. I have to be more powerful. Oh, if my wife is more powerful than me, hey, it's wahala. People will talk because she's making more money.
More
than
money,
me.
yeah.
Oh no,
I was gonna get to that actually.
That's
Yes.
you have some people. The man been driving taxi all this year. He been driving Uber and he's working to take care. And because the wife is at home, she decided to take some classes online while she's raising the kids. And now here, boom, the wife has a PhD in this and stuff like that. So now she can go work part-time. And you're like, how dare you? How can you buy a land and how can you make so much money than me? Your family will be talking about me like, no, it's a partnership. Now that she's finished, that you have a chance to, that she's working full time, that you can go do something else. It's a partnership. We have to do it together. Is nobody higher? Back at home, yeah, anything. A husband is, man, my husband is everything in the house. You get what I'm
But
saying?
out here,
And here, you can't just say because we're in America too. Because we're in America, everything is equal. But still, alpha is alpha. You get what I'm saying? Even though we're sharing everything equal, no, that's nobody's business who pays us and stuff like that. Oh, this water, me and my husband, we got it. Not, oh, I bought this, I did this. No, me and my husband, because we're one partnership. So the power shouldn't even been discussed there where you're like, oh, this person is making more. No, they're doing it together. That's not your business. That's not nobody's business. We work together in home. And this one thing too. I think it's like everybody's is sitting on social media talking about, oh,
Yeah.
that he did this. Or you could tell when a woman is mad too. All the posts that day. All the posts that day.
it would have the
Hey!
references. Yeah, I
We
think
refer to that.
the way social media too is affecting a lot
It's
of things.
affecting it
Because to be honest with you, what we're actually discussing, what is going on, is not something new.
It's not.
Even
Been
back
an
home, it happens. But I think the power of social media and the way, when you watch something all day, the way the mind has been attuned, so you look, oh, this is what the regular relationship should look like.
Exactly.
This is what the regular marriage should look like.
But they don't know-
Boy,
they don't
it's
know
all
what's-
deceitful.
Mayor, please, so I won't forget. You just mentioned something about social media. You're right. What social media is doing to marriages, especially back home. You know, America, the life is so But in Africa, you still have all this cultural stuff, but not anymore. You know, before, when couples have issues, 3 days they keep in malice, the wife will be like, oh no, what's wrong with this man? But because of the power of social media, the lady is stuck on TikTok.
Yeah, she
doesn't care.
Back in the days back in the days, like you said, when there's an issue, if you're not someone who would probably call your in-laws to report, you're probably calling your pastor, you're calling your imam. Right now, you are going live on Instagram. and you're putting in and then the online in-laws are coming in, as they call them.
They don't even they're not even married.
They're not married, or what they're going through is even worse than what is happening to you. Worse than what is happening to you. But Yoruba would say tabafun loko. Like if you give a madman a hoe, he will still bring the sword to his own side.
Yes.
And that is what it is. I think the social media too is a lot of it has its positive aspect too, but it's misleading more than it's actually guiding people towards the right things to do in marriage.
But at the same time, social media shouldn't. It's like you're looking. You ever heard that saying and say, when you go to church, listen to the words that the pastor is saying. Don't follow the pastor. Don't see what he's doing. Listen to the words. So the person that's on social media, he's posting everything that look like diamond is not diamond for real. Why are you looking at someone else? Work on yourself. You get what I'm saying? If you have a problem, why do you go to social media? It's you and your husband. My mom used to say, when you and your husband get into it, you can't go to sleep angry. You get what I'm saying? Because we're sleeping in the same bed together.
They play my fans. We go sleep on a guy.
The reason why I would disagree with that is because
sleep,
now, if you look at it, there's so much factors that will cause that disconnection. You have so many distractions. You have so many things that will take your mind away from it. So, like, that's one of the major reasons that when people, even though they've been making it work back home, they get here, few months they are off. It's because already the disconnection is being initiated back home. But because there are so many things like like why the woman will be like, no, I don't want to be seen as a single mom, or maybe I should try, like. So in other
words, the woman is looking for the right time to.
Absolutely, because sometimes men have that sense of security, like, since she's my wife, she's
there.
I'm so sorry about that. I think I put it on silent.
Take 2.
So sorry about the distraction. So what I'm saying is, like, the woman already, like, men have that sense of security, like, once this person is my wife, she has my kids, she's not going anywhere.
As soon as they pay the right price.
Yeah, they go outside, they want to have fun with those ladies outside.
What we are talking about here?
No, I'm saying is one of the reasons why. Yes. Because you have to romanticize your wife. You did something to get her to that point. So you keep it up, but the moment you're like, no, there are some people that is somebody else thinks that they are dying after. So you don't just feel like, oh, because she's my wife, she has kids, so because of that, nobody is like chasing after her outside. We also have the same opportunity that you have, but because we are kind of a loyal, or we are expected to be loyal to our partner, that's why we try to like look away from that and fix the kids, face the husband. So, but the moment you make the woman feel like she's not desirable anymore, she's not, like, you don't see her the way you used to, or maybe someone in them, I don't want to be personal about it, but I've seen life experience whereby the woman will feel like, okay, at this point, I think I'm just a glorified housemaid in this relationship. But somebody else outside is telling her how beautiful, how good looking.
Can I ask you a question about what you just said?
Yeah.
How do a woman knows that, yes, this guy is looking at me this way?
Okay, so one,
it's so easy
you give affirmation. Like, oh, you are so beautiful, you are this, like, I don't know how to put it, like, even if you are going out, like, oh, do you want to hang out with my friends? I'm going out to hang out. Do you want to tag along or something? Because they are bringing somebody. I know you are going there with somebody. Why not go with me? Because yes, it's very true. Like, the other person, at the end of the day, you find out that the other person they bring into that function, they are not even as beautiful as the person back home. So why?
Okay. Let me chip in a little bit. You talked about, you said something like romanticize.
Yeah, like you date your wife.
Okay.
You date your
Every
wife.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
We both date each other. If I'm, let me see, if
I
I'm
agree
dating
with you.
are
Must
dating me.
romanticize me too.
You must romanticize me too.
I agree with
Of course.
No,
Wait.
hold on. You said yours. You are the same way I'm dating you.
You dating?
You are dating me too.
But you forgot you're supposed to chip in most because you are
Why?
the one providing the
No,
resources.
okay, I have no problem. with
If
that.
you want me
Hold
to be
on,
the
hold
full
on.
housewife,
No,
we're not talking of full housewife.
Yeah.
Even
Because-
though, even
so
though,
if I'm going to
required.
romanticize you,
No.
I'm going to use your
even though
phone.
it's a full housewife
Yeah.
or no full housewife, we are dating each other.
But
Yeah.
it's a difference.
It's no difference.
It is.
Okay.
Should I tell you why there's no difference?
Why there's
Why?
When it comes to romanticize, there's no difference.
It
When,
has to.
Wait, okay, I'm going out now. You expect me to say, "Oh my love, I'm going out. I'll be back at so time."
Okay, why did you not ask
When
your
I
wife?
say, "Oh my love,"
Okay.
then me I expect you as my lady to stand up and give me a peck. That's you romanticizing me back.
Okay.
Have you done that? Let's be real. We want us to polish.
I have
pause on
a
the phone.
question.
Okay.
No,
go on.
So-
maybe I'm caught.
no,
Yes,
You two are shy. There's a lot
But the
of things.
reason why I will not give you that is because
Okay.
I know you are going to that event with somebody.
Why would you have that
Yes.
mindset?
Wait,
That's the first problem.
That's my
If you
problem.
can,
Because it happens.
if you can see
you know
that,
that you
Generalize it.
No,
You
I'm
generalize
okay.
it.
Let me not
Wait,
generalize,
calm
but
down.
I'm
Don't
saying
generalize.
because
No,
Here's the
it's
beauty.
not because it's not that.
Okay.
Wherever you're going,
Yeah.
anytime a man goes sit down somewhere,
Yeah.
you need a woman to serve you food. You need a woman to bring something around. Even if there's another man there that's doing it, when a group of men come, it's always a female, one or two female there.
it's
Why?
not
You get what
even
I'm
that.
saying?
You
Why
live.
must you- why must you-
You have to
And
remember
the female
something
is for all
like.
purpose. Like you
That's
said,
serious.
she's serving. She just okay. We're in a restaurant or we went to a bar to drink, and because there's a female bartender.
does that
so-
mean?
We travel
No,
a lot.
Okay,
But what-
I've made,
what I'm-
I've
what
made
I'm
examples
saying
before.
from my own
I've made examples
perspective is
before.
that-
There's a lot of times. Okay, these are the two homies I roll with most. There's a lot of times, like I reflected back, and I even said it before of them. There's a lot of times we sit down, and there is even no mention of a female in our conversation or anybody looking around. We're just there chilling. Everybody has been stressed from
Because-
our individual
So,
lives.
I have a, no.
We're
I have
just
a
there
thing.
chilling. It is not even at the back of our mind
Yeah.
that okay, this. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Don't
Exactly.
get me wrong.
Don't
get me
No,
wrong.
it's not
Don't
just-
get me wrong. It would be
No,
a lie
but I have-
to say okay, it doesn't
You have a
happen
question for
when
me?
men gather
No,
together.
the reason
No,
why
I'm trying to
you
say
asked a question.
a
You
lot
asked
of
me a
times-
question that why did my mind said go
No,
there?
I've not even gotten there. yet.
Because
but
I'll
the
be
reason why
honest
I
with
would
you.
think about that is because I will listen to your conversation with your friends. I will see how your friends conduct themselves. So I assume that if you're
So you have
hanging
turned
out with
FBI.
them,
Okay.
Yeah,
You have
but
done
not
the
even
VI.
that. Listen,
Okay, let's
I have
talk
a
about
thing.
your assumption now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your assumption now. Just because I pick up my friend, my guy Alpha now, more link up for that bar. Does that mean there's something? You don't need.
It's a bar.
Let me finish. You don't need to assume. The moment you're assuming something that is not wrong, you're already planting something in your head that might not be even there. You're already planting. You're already creating a foundation that
and
shouldn't
if you're
be there.
assuming, it's like there's no trust there.
That's
you
where
trust your
that's where all
husband,
that comes in because okay, like you said, we hang out the most. Sometimes we'll just go to a bar, we'll just be there, we'll have our fun
Close together.
till they close.
We
So-
travel
Then we
together
go
without-
when we all go back home. Does
okay,
that
but
mean so?
will you be comfortable if your wife also hang out at that same bar with a group of
Very,
100.
very comfortable.
Okay.
So no,
Wait, okay. We want to
so wait, because let me
Okay.
tell you, y'all making me forget. You see, if a man and his friends go out by themselves, a woman and her friends should be able. That's why we have brunches and stuff like that for. You can't expect it that every time when the man is going, like when your husband and his friends are going out. Me and my husband don't have to do everything together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When he's
Trust
going
me
out,
from personal
but-
experience, that doesn't work for African men. Trust
Wait,
me
wait,
from
wait, wait,
personal
wait, wait,
experience.
wait.
I'm coming.
That
doesn't
that's
work.
that's
Yeah,
still.
done, yeah.
So you have to find a way where then that's not trust over there. If my husband can't trust me because they see like, oh, every time that I go out, I'm about to do something. So I would think the same way of you. But before I even go, when we were talking about romancing, I had to be romancing the same way that the man had to be romancing. It can't be the same way.
I didn't say the same way.
No, but
Hold on.
it can't be equal because the thing is, right? A man, when you get up every day, you get dressed, you put your clothes on, you put lotions or deodorant, whatever, and you get up and go.
Okay.
But me, every day is a different aspect for me. because I am a woman. You don't know today that I woke up, maybe my period is coming tomorrow. You don't know how my mood is.
So
I'm cramping.
Am I a detective to
But
understand
listen,
that?
so no, but I'm saying the romancing can be the same.
It can be the same. Nadu, let me explain something real quick. He made a very sweet example the other time. For men, you guys think it's all the dinner dates, that. I know that's what you need for women.
No.
But for men, flowers and all that shit and words of affirmation and all that. For men, it is different a little bit because of the way we are wired. Let me tell you number one thing. The day I'm walking behind you in the house and I'm not smacking your butt as I'm walking around,
It's wahala.
is wahala. But for women, they don't understand. It's my own way of reaching out to you like, babe, what's up?
No, I'm saying
When
you don't do it, then it's
you were
wahala.
dating, when you just got married, a lot of your, speaking for personal example, do this. Like, oh, my husband is just back from the office. I got back before him. He walks in, let me get your jacket. Let me do this. You already like
don't know those
there's
things
no water. You already,
green.
but then, okay, yeah,
goodness.
I understand. There are kids, the family is growing, the level of responsibility. You all still expect the same romanticizing you said from the guy, but have you realized the things you have cut back on to as a woman? When was the last time you took his jacket when he walked in the door? When was the last time you said, oh, that is cold water? Oh, I've ran your shower. Those little things you used to do back then.
But
everybody lets go of those little aspects.
Yeah.
It's both
not
both
bad.
sides.
Excuse me.
It's both
Because
sides.
think about it.
It's both sides.
Sorry, then,
So
sorry.
once those things are getting off, everybody's already, there's already like a barrier. We're already growing apart. And before you realize, if you don't pay attention, that's why it gets to the point like, you're not even taking me out.
No.
You know, but those little things. Oh, you used to wait back then. You wait for him before you start watching your African Magic Yoruba. You put your head on his leg. You watch together. Those little things. We hit together. We don't do it anymore.
This is the way I say it. I want to buttress what she said. She said, don't expect that from an African man. She's 100% right.
That is so
he
true.
said something like, guys can go out. Well, women too can go out. An African man, get home, where's your wife? Oh, she went out with her friend. You know what that means?
But why should it mean?
Hold on,
Everybody's
hold on.
perspective is different.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Let me
Me
tell
have no problem with that.
Some
On-
African-
In fact, I want to push you out.
Me, I want you to
because
go.
a lot of the problem with a lot of African women.
They
Again,
see-
sorry, they don't even have friends.
No.
They just have associates.
No,
They just have
We're not
associates.
even expected
no.
to have
Yeah,
friends.
they just have associates. They don't even have friends.
We're
I
not
want
even
to say
expected to
the
have
moment you
friends.
go out with your friend
We're not
for
even
lunch
expected to
fun.
have
or for
friends.
breakfast.
Go out there.
Listen, we're
Even
not.
leave me with the kids. I want to be alone with the kids.
No, hold
For
on.
you
Hold-
to, if I go out, I want to be alone.
Let me tell
in
you.
this house.
We
with the kids.
different.
Go
We,
run after with your
this is the
friends.
mistake we are making. We are looking at this thing from a very wrong perspective. Let me tell you, I'm not here to speak for any woman of the women folk. For me, I always give it to women generally. They are going through a lot. You can't expect a woman that you got married to, the way she was behaving before you gave her 3 kids to cater for.
Bless you.
That's the
You
way-
said 3 kids. Okay. What if it is 1? If it's not 3?
I'm just saying.
Even
if
that
it is
one
half,
itself.
Even if it is half,
Okay.
you understand me? Once a woman go through pregnancy for 9 months, breastfeed a baby for another 6 or 1
Childbirth.
year, trust me,
Everything
you've already
itself.
altered her life generally. There's no way she can come back to who she was. So, and this is the problem.
And
that I
romanticize you the
see.
way you are romanticizing.
Yeah,
her.
Exactly.
This is
And your
what-
body is the same.
Yeah.
Here's me.
Who said- who-
I look
who
at my
told you the
picture.
body is the
I
same?
look
The
at my
body is not the
picture.
same.
No, no,
before
You are,
I met
you are fed in fufu and everything.
No, I
he
look at
he
my
doesn't have this
body.
pack anymore.
Because even
Tell that man.
He doesn't have this pack anymore. He doesn't have this pack
in the
anymore.
hospital.
Listen,
They will
excuse
tell
me.
him his blood pressure
no,
is 1 million point one.
Listen.
You are talking about
Do
the
you
ones
know-
that are family oriented. You have to understand that there are some men that is a me kind of a person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, most men, they're
And there's
raised
some
like
women
that.
No,
that
no,
are like
not
that.
most
I
men.
know.
But the thing is, the woman, right? Listen, let's give 5 years in a marriage.
Okay.
In 5 years, just say you have just one child,
Yeah.
right? That one child, the toll that it takes on a woman's body, after the nursing, everything. You know, when you have one child, is scientifically, it takes 7 years for a woman's body to come back to regular. After 7 years, but less than those 7 years, we have another one. Boom.
Because you say you
That's
want
another-
it.
What do you mean? That is our job. Because
Is
if I'm
a
married
job?
to you,
Is it a job?
Not a job. That is my responsibility as your wife to provide you with seeds that will carry your names on. You understand? Because if I don't, your mother, your auntie, your sister, they'll be like, hey, see, why did you bring this thing to our house? Then now your name will end here. What is she doing? She can be a doctor. She can be anything. She will be treated worthless, barren, because she has not had a child yet. And even if she has one child, let that child be a girl. Oh, you only bought it. She only have girls and stuff like that. It's so many things that is expected from us. You get what I'm saying? And then at the same time, we're battling nature, because Mother Nature is harder on the woman's body than it is on the man. So here I am. When I look at my body, it's not the same, because let's say when you go, you have a regular pregnancy, it wasn't regular having the kids, you don't have no C-section and stuff like that. You're scared how your inside is feeling when you're with your husband. So if your husband is not romancing me, I'm like, oh, maybe my inside don't feel the same way before the kid. So I'm battling all of that. If I have a C-section, and then I have a love handle, I have my stomach, like, it's not how it was. I remember when I was young, before my kids, if I feel a little bit thick, like 2 or 5, I go jogging 6 days a week. And then I feel. But after my kids, no matter how hard I work, my stomach don't get back. Like, I don't even have that time to work on myself anymore. So it's coming from my husband's side. When he see me, even if I'm not, damn, baby, pull. But him himself, he get up, he's tired because he's going to work. He's not remembering. You have to give us more, even though I can still tell you. But us, the emotional, we can't handle it like you can. And then just have the baby itself, the kid, the family, and everything.
Can I chip in something?
You guys ate the apple now.
Let me chip in.
You've ate the apple, so
if you
are paying the price.
If you go into a man, we men, I don't know, that's God's work. God wires us in a way whereby we can. Let me say, when things fall on us, there's a way we absorb it in without expressing it out. We try to handle it in our own little way. Or if we can't do that, when we see maybe 2 or 3 friends of ours, we'll be able to talk there. But because you can hold on to yours the way we hold on to ours, that is always killing men in this generation.
And
See, let me tell you something. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Men are wired in to my own little knowledge. We are wired in such a way whereby when something falls on us, we don't want to speak out. We want to look for solutions.
And that's a sin too. It's against the.
It is not.
How is it against?
We are wired.
It's just me. You just explained how childbirth and everything is to your body.
To your body.
It's your own body. It's how you feel.
It's your own body. That's how you feel.
I have been raised. Not even I have been raised. I have been wired as a man, as a solution provider.
So at that point in time,
it gets hard for a man. Let me be honest with you. It gets hard for a man to open up to a woman and say, "I'm broke." Or I cannot provide this.
But
or I cannot do this.
You not be able to that because you're married.
No, even if you're married.
Even when you're married.
Even if you're married.
I'm telling you.
See, okay.
But then that's
okay. Now let me say. When you now I'm gonna give you a very good example. Why didn't you say, oh, even though we are married, you should understand if I'm not giving him a child. You said it's your responsibility. You feel that's the same way we feel responsible. A responsible man. This time, that's the same way we feel about our duties and the things that have to be done. If I cannot meet up to it, I feel like I'm lacking as a man.
That I'm not.
And it's hard. Partnership.
No, okay, so that's the English word you're bringing in.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but it doesn't
work.
It
like
has
that.
to be. Look, let me be honest with you. These are guys here. I'm going to be honest with you. It's until I'm pushed to the wall, I'm at my last breaking point, that I would now tell my woman, like, you know what, babe, this thing no go jive. But I've spoken to this guy. I'm like, but bro,
see,
your guy won't follow.
Won't follow.
Because men. It is like I don't want to look.
And then you're speaking to that guy. Yeah. You don't know. First of all, let me tell you an example too. You see why you're speaking to him and you're speaking to him and stuff like that. You can't do that because this is your friend and stuff like that, right? And then her, let's say she can't even. You can't talk to another woman. You can't this auntie or whatever because first of all, there's already an expression that other woman that you're talking to. You can't go tell your family business to another woman because you don't know what's behind her head. While you're talking to that guy or whatever, you don't know what intention he has for your family.
Hey, well,
hold on.
Guy level.
Why is it that when you made mention of how it made your body feel when you have a child, how the process of recovering is for you, for the women, we didn't dissect your point. We did not dissect
because
your point.
you just keep
But
going.
right now,
There's sometimes I cannot just explain to you.
We are trying
but
to explain
I know
how
I've covered the basis with many men.
Instead of
I've covered the basis with many men.
Is this how these men are going to? But you are trying to dissect
if you are responsible,
the way we are feeling.
If you are responsible, if you are not just a potato couch or whatever they call it, or if you are not just trying to just tap into someone else's resources, a man that loves you, a man that see himself as a provider, would not put anybody in that is coming. Do you know how many times your own family, your own brother, as a woman, your younger brother has called your husband? I'll be like, Egmon, this. And he won't bring it to you.
He won't.
On this point, I have a different opinion.
He won't bring it to you.
My own kind of opinion is this. I believe there's nothing you should not be able to tell your wife.
Exactly.
Hold on.
For me?
Egmon?
Hold on. 1 second, please. Let me make my point.
Okay.
I don't believe there is anything. I believe your wife or your husband should be your first point of.
Before you go to other people.
We agree to disagree.
But hold on.
We agree.
I have the floor.
Why?
No, he's reading from the. There's a manual for
marriage.
That's where it's
No. Let me make my point.
I agree to disagree.
Okay, like I said, everything I say is from my own personal experience.
Thank you.
Not everything is personal.
This is a rule.
Thank you.
But what I'm saying is this. I'm going to speak for, then I'm going to speak against. So let me make my point. For me, I believe your best point of comfort on any situation should be your partner.
Exactly.
But the truth of the matter is that we have some partners that they are not ready to put their shoulder down for you to rest on. So
they should have never been a partner.
First time, second time, they've done it to you. You will never. And this is one thing. If you read a man at his weakest point, he's never going to forget. That is what most women don't know. And things are changing now. I see people on the internet, I brought my wife to UK, something just happened to one of a friend just of recent in the UK. And when I heard that the guy was gone back home from UK with the wife, I said, what? He was locked up for 4 days. He couldn't believe it. But I always say that I don't judge because I don't know their story from beginning. Some men, you see, getting Japa, hold on, Mayor. Japa is like a way out for many women. Some men, we know where we come from. We know some of our uncles, the way they treated their wives, that we will never, we always pay, but we never treat any woman like
this.
So, in those kind of situations, some men are still stuck in those kind of old bullshit that, my woman cannot. Some men have limited their women that, no.
You can't grow more than this. You can't be more than
this. You want us to be in this marriage together.
Those men are shallow-minded.
No, we have a lot of.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah. It still happens.
Yeah, it still happens.
That woman back home, she's weeping in her closet. And for one reason.
Japa came in.
God just do miracle, put it in the husband's mind. Say, let's go.
Let's travel out.
The kind of woman
we run away.
Now get to this Western world. Like she said, here, even as a single mom, you have the system is there to help. And you not get to America or you get to Britain and you see that so
the system
no
is
man can treat me like this.
Exactly.
In that kind of a situation, the woman doesn't need to be told by any woman.
You have a welfare.
Naturally.
All of this. Why would I take your shit? You think you will beat me? You think your family will curse me? You will curse me. Then it like make me feel down or anything. When there's anything going on, you can't come tell me, oh baby, I didn't pay rent for last 3 months. We're about to lose it. You're talking to your friend, and here me and you are in the same house together. You're not communicating with me. You're not considering me because as a marriage, it's me and you that is in there for life. Your friends they come and go.
You are 2 in a million.
Yeah, exactly. It's me and you that is going through that process.
I don't want to say you're 1 in a million. You are 2 in a million. So for that statement, I'm being there
I feel
for
you. But the thing is, you have to see that before you get married.
There are many women.
If you're looking for the woman, and a lot of people today too, not to cut you off, a lot of people today too, when they get into marriage, they don't see all of that stuff before. When she said it, you have to check all of that before you get into the marriage with somebody. Most of the people today,
they don't like
there's all the there's nothing you can look at that can make you get prepared for marriage. I've seen courtship of 15 years. They got married. They didn't last a year.
Let me tell you,
After getting
on
married.
that note,
And I've seen
Okay.
people who didn't date more than 4 months.
I
They
believe
got
And they're
married
still
and
together.
my
together
leaders,
for
Yeah.
20 years.
So,
I've seen that.
There's no man. That's why I said
We
it
are
was
holding
reading
on to
from a
this.
manual. When you're saying your partner should be the there's something
no
there's
manual.
something of
Different.
how something should be, and there's something about how it's
Reality.
the reality of how we actually act. I'm talking from a man's perspective, how we actually act. Look, I know how it should be. Is, hey, babe, this. Hey, babe, that. But me and you, we are Yoruba men. I know me and you were raised by responsible fathers. Me and you were brought up to be, you see yourself as the defender, the provider, the this, the that in the house. You are someone who is being raised as a solution provider. When women come to you and be like, hey, babe, this is, they expect because you are thinking, okay, this is how we're going to solve it. And then when the roles is reversed, when you have to go to talk to a woman about your problem, it's a problem for us to deal with. I'm not saying it's right, but it's a personal it's a struggle for a man to deal with. Like, damn,
It's a struggle for
I have to
real.
open up to this woman now
It is.
and tell her my emotions
Then
and
it's
tell her
not
what is.
love.
That
Okay.
is what.
No,
I know,
no.
That is why. You see, when they did the survey, there's a lot of landlady more than landlord.
Yes.
The problem is because we harbor everything, we don't want to be seen as the problem. We want to be seen as the solution. I want you to be able to, like, oh, just tell me you can figure it out.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That is the pressure
when
we
are
have
we
put
going
ourselves.
to
I'm not
put
saying,
the
yeah,
pressure on
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what you are doing is right, too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I said you are reading from the manual.
Because-
the manual is how the machine is supposed to operate.
Imagine things.
But sometimes we cross blue wire and red wire.
Wait, why you're crossing?
Sorry,
let
please.
me ask you
Sorry,
something.
please. Sorry, please.
You know,
Sorry,
in the,
please.
wait,
Let-
in
let
the
me ask
family,
something.
right? I have a question. In the family,
Okay.
when you are with your wife, God forbid anything happened to you right now, you get sick or whatever, who would take care of you?
She.
Your wife would take care of you, right? So let's say you're having any financial discord. That's sickness too. If you're having a failing in your financial, I think that is sickness. And who will be able to take care of you? If you and your wife
Break
talk
it into two. You talked about taking care and finance. The lady wished before the lady.
But that's
Before the lady will take care. But that same man, if that same man will still say, I was out to speak Yoruba. Joba mi pe Mr. Kenny, Abisoji, nǹkan tó bá lè raise it for me. That is men. You don't break.
what was
don't,
that? What
wait.
does that mean?
Oh, sorry. What I'm trying to say is that that same man on that sick bed, when it comes to that financing part, that he is not happy, he says that at this moment, I don't have it. My madam doesn't have it. That same man will still refer to those two friends.
That's when he realized that I don't have it and my madam don't have it.
That's why I said break it into two, the financing
But if
and
the
the
madam
take
have
care.
it.
But if the madam has it, no. That's why I said break it into two. Taking care of someone and spending that dough are two different things. I can take care of you being the house, but when it comes to the past process of bring out your card, let's spend the
But
money.
have you seen the jokes?
No, but
have you
you're
seen the
taking it
jokes? And
differently.
it's honestly true where they say if a woman has 50,000 naira and the man has 10,000 naira, how much does the family have? They will say 10,000 naira.
Yes, now.
But it's not. No, it's
your
not
money,
true.
my money is our money.
No,
Your
you
money
know,
is your money.
That's not.
sorry.
You
Yeah,
know the way.
Mayor,
the thing is,
Mayor,
everybody have different
Mayor,
reasons.
we I can say that the way we're dragging this, we'll go till tomorrow morning. So I want us to take target back to the other side of the topic that says, let's assume all this we're talking about now leads to what we all don't want. Now,
Divorce.
Yes, divorce. Now, here's this. Why is it that any of the couple, why is it that what we're seeing and hearing is that they don't go back to date single men or women or the divorcee, but they prefer to go date a married ones, either the man or the woman. They prefer to go date the married ones to destroy their home. Why is that on the rampart?
You say destroy. When you say married, the thing is, right, don't forget.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the African culture,
Yes.
don't forget the African woman has been. I come from a polygamy family.
Yeah.
My grandfather has about 10 wives.
Really?
You get what I'm saying?
That's more.
That's a lot, and that's very small.
Yeah.
And but he was a king. He had 10 wives, and all of them had kids. Yeah. But they all grew up like my mother and then my mom grew up in a home with 32 girls, and they was in one place. You get what I'm saying? So I grew up knowing that the man is going to have more than one woman. We grew up in the like a man today. In today's generation, every one man that is born, there are 7 women that is born.
The Bible said it too.
Every scientifically, if you look it up,
Not anymore.
Look at. Yeah.
how many is being born?
Okay,
Not
you wanna
How
Google
many?
it?
The statistics is almost the same right now.
No, it is not.
No.
Maybe
I'm
because
gonna-
people are changing genders.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring that up.
Yes,
but
but
if everybody is
it's not.
identifying
It is
as
not.
what they are born as, no.
Because I'm in the medical field myself, and I'm telling you that for every woman that is born, there's 7 women that is born. It don't matter where you go in the world. That is the statistic.
Statistics.
I'm sorry, statistic. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's too much woman versus one man. You get what I'm saying? And it's not okay for a woman to go look for a married whatever and stuff like that. But it's no man. And the men that we have, let's say all the men that is in the world right now, you have the men that are gay, you have the men that are mentally disabled, you have the men that still don't know what they're going, they're still trying to find themselves first. And then you have murderers, you have thieves, and all of that. There's like one little
So
percentage.
are you justifying
that?
that? Are you justifying that fact that
No,
it is
no,
right?
no,
That's what
it's
you're.
not right.
That's
I
where
just
you're
say-
driving to.
No, I just said that it's not right.
but
the
that's
thing
what
is-
we're saying.
But it's just like
That-
you are talking about the manual and the reality.
Reality.
Just like I said,
The
she's talking about the reality
Reality.
of what is
So-
obtainable.
so
You get what
of
I'm
what is
saying?
obtainable. That is what is obtainable. Now the question is, to reality. Is that the norm? Is that the right
Is
thing
the-
to
It's
follow?
coming from the men's side too. The man that is married, what are you doing outside influencing the woman that is not married, making her think that it's okay?
No. We didn't say not married.
Right.
Huh?
Another a
A
divorcee.
woman that is not married.
No.
No,
Divorcee,
the
yeah, that
divorcee.
is not married,
That is
yeah.
not married. Yeah, that is not married.
You ask the
Because
question.
there are so many advantages there. That same divorcee might not want kids no more. That man might not want kids no more. Those are part of the
Yeah, I
advantages.
think-
You want to speak about it?
Chip in.
Yeah.
Because he took the word out of my mouth.
Oh.
Like one of the reasons is like when you divorce, because I'm a divorcee myself. So right now you have to like sit down and be like, okay, what do I really want in a relationship? Do you need a man that's going to support you financially? Do you want kids? Are you open to have more kids? If you don't want any of that, you have to look for somebody that will give you what you actually want. At the same time, you're not compromising much.
Which is a married man.
You know.
But there's some single men.
Yeah,
that can
some
do
sing-
it.
no,
No,
but-
oh, no.
As a single man, if he says single,
I
by the
want
time
to
that you're
disagree with
40,
I want to
talking
disagree
about
with
that.
I want to disagree with her. It depends on what you want. I will not date a married man because
Of course.
I don't feel comfortable with it.
because
Then-
I know when I get married, somebody's gonna come date my husband.
But even if you don't date,
If I date-
but even if you don't date a married man, if you don't date anyone, what assurance do you have that your husband is not going to go date?
So the thing is, this environment that we have. If
All
you
you
are
can do
talking
is
about
pray.
Africa, I agree with you that definitely you might not see single men because now the parents are going to be like, oh, you want to go and marry somebody that already have double responsibilities. You then the man will be like, oh no, there are so many single ladies. But in this environment, you will see single guys that are not married, that have never been married, that does not have kids, but they don't want kids because they already. My dear, there are many.
Because
It depends on what you are exposed to.
They are not
Auntie,
many.
Let me tell you, even in the African community, they can look at single as they perfectly. If you don't have a wife here, they say,
Oh, there's a wife at
they're
home
looking for
somewhere
people.
in
They
Africa.
have, somewhere in Africa. There's this man that was talking to me a couple of years ago, and I met him with my dad. He came here. He's working with my dad, and he's like, "Oh, I love your daughter." And I asked him, "Do you have a wife here?" He said, "Well, I am married with someone that's helping me with my, but I'm like, okay, so that's just for papers or whatever." So after he got his papers and everything, now he's here, he's working, he's going to nursing school and everything. I'm like, okay, he sounds like a good guy. He's nice. And he's very,
Nice, successful.
when I'm at
He's
home,
climbing the ladder.
when I'm at home and he comes to visit and I say I'm at home, I'm cooking, he'll come like, oh, let me help you. What are you doing? You want me to grab this? He come in the kitchen. He just don't just sit over there with his feet up or nothing like that. I like that. Because I grew up with my dad. My mom was here my mom came here when I was 2. So I grew up with my dad. And my dad was always, let's do this together in the kitchen. Let's go work out together. Like, it's me and him are like, I'm his first child. So here, when I see him, he was like that with me. I was like, okay, I like him. So then he goes to summer in Africa. In the summer in Africa, I call him at night and what's up? He's in the bed with 4 kids.
Those are his grandkids.
Okay.
niece,
Those are his
nephew.
kids.
Area
So
kids.
he's in the bed with 4 kids, and I'm asking him, "Where are you?" He said, "Oh, I'm at the house. My house with the kids." I said, "Where are the mothers?" "Oh, she's in her room." Ogami, who are you lying to? So you are telling me that you have 4 kids and you're in the house with the wife and the kids, and she's not your wife.
She can
Because
be an
this whole
helper.
time, I never knew that
went
he.
to visit his
You get what I'm saying?
She can be
They
an
live
helper.
in the same house. They live in the same house. Before when I wake up in the morning and I'm talking to him on the phone, his breakfast and everything is made on it. But this is someone that I knew in Chicago every day. We're together and everything. But you're in Africa. Somebody has made your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner
Those are
with the
his-
kids and
those
stuff
are
like
his-
that. So you have a wife in Africa. I found out. Even my ex-husband, it was like that. I didn't even know that he was married with 2 kids now. And he was but the thing is, before he asked me if I was open-minded to polygamy, and I was telling him it depends on the reasons. What is the reason? I understand if you and somebody are married, the person never had a child, but you say you want to have a child, or they're barren, they can't have one, or something. There's so many different. What is the reason of me accepting to polygamy? That's what I was asking him. Okay. So he later on, when I found out, my auntie called me one day. My auntie was like, "Hey, did you know this guy?" That time I'm like 8 months pregnant. "Did you know this guy has a wife?" I said, "What? Wait, what? He's not with his kid's mother anymore." He was like, "That's not true. That's his wife." And let me tell you, me and my husband, we haven't been together for 7 to 8 years now. You get what I'm saying? Ever since we have split up, our thing will be that if I don't come back to him, the kids are not his. He will not take care of them or anything like that.
Wow.
But when I met you, I was on myself. I said, "I don't want to have kids. I don't want to do." "Oh, you're gonna have a son for me." And of course, I'm the one that had the first son. And that's the man, the person that made you man, the one that would carry. Because your daughter would go, they would go marry their husbands, they would change their last name and everything like that. But here I am. The first wife ended up passing away. You get what I'm saying? But he always posts a picture on his page and everything, which I never knew nothing about.
Okay.
He never posts my kids and anything like that. Why would you not tell her? A lot of people will not say anything because, and there's some men here. They come here, they're trying to build a family here. They don't want you to know nothing about their family back at home. So the God forbid anything. One of my friends, her husband passed away from here. So she takes her body and she goes back to Africa. She get there, there's 8 kids. What do you mean
Man.
there's 8 kids?
Can I ask you a question? Are you saying that's the only pool that a divorcee or a
You
No,
still are not
No,
SOJ.
no.
SOJ.
I'm just trying to just trying to get a point that is that the right thing.
Let me tell
It's
you.
not
You're
the
not-
right thing.
Okay.
That's what I
It's-
just
I-
Hold on. Oh, sorry, my sister.
Okay.
Let me say this. From experience, like I said, we have to speak from experience. Let me tell you one thing. I don't normally comment on Facebook. I just go through. But this last week, I commented on a lady who happens to be one of my junior in secondary school back home. She's a blogger. So that platform, most of the time, always bashing single mom, divorcee. So she posted one thing. "Oh, you left your husband, you went to meet another man." That was early morning. I took up my phone and I said, "You guys you need to stop bashing single mom and divorcee. Have you found the reason why they divorce? Nobody wants to go into marriage and say, after marriage, I'm getting out of the marriage. Nobody. It's most of the time, it's when you get there, you find it out. And being a single mom is not a sin.
It's not a crime.
And we have many men.
It is not a crime.
For African men, so for some African
Some,
families,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
You know,
for
I was
some.
talking to somebody. Somebody told me, and they said this is what they say in my country. They say, "Blessed the girl," someone that is hurt from war. That's what they call a single mother.
Blessed day.
Blessed the girl. Blessed the girl. Somebody, if you come back from war, you broke your arm or something like that. You are someone that has been harmed from war. Blessed the girl.
Okay.
So the woman that you found, a single mother with the 2 kids, when you go to your mom now, "Hey, I found this woman. I love her. I want to marry her. But she has 2 kids. Mother, hey, wait, hey, she's blessed the girl.
Okay.
Where is her kid's father?
Blessed the girl, I might say it's wrong.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
We
was saying- I
blessed
was
the
saying-
girl.
blessed
No.
Blessed
the
the
girl.
girl. Does blessed the girl cannot see? That's some single
you get in
Single rich.
SJ.
Why must that person the girl
SJ, you are really dragging
married
into
home?
the area.
The single rich man, does he want to take a woman like
Who
me?
has-
I'll be scared
yeah,
that whoever
who
I
has the
end up with
responsibility?
right now, are they going to be able to take me and my kids
No,
together?
this is- no.
Because they're going to be like,
She wants to
those kids
speak on it
already have
because
their
she
father.
also is saying no, it's wrong.
The reason why I want to see, like, what I do tell people is, if you're going to be a single mom, try to develop yourself, because you know the kids are your priority. They are your responsibility. They are not somebody else. So if so if I'm getting into any relationship with somebody else, if he assists me with the kids, I will be happy, because I'm blessed. But if I've been doing the job all this while and I'm doing a great job, even if he's not coming in, if he's only coming in to be my partner, I need a companion. I need somebody who cherish me. I need somebody who is gonna like make me feel that, oh yeah, I need that advice sometimes. I need somebody who's gonna be my support. He's not there to come and take somebody else's responsibility. He's only there as my partner.
I know what you're saying, but are you gonna be with someone who has no regard for your kid?
Hold on.
No, that's not.
Even
Who doesn't love
It's not even
Because-
about the financial
okay,
care.
It's
about being in the house with kids. If the child fall, well, hey, my son, get up. You are a man in the house.
Like,
and I
that's
have
not my son.
I'm not asking you to assist for my kid. But if you are my man, what belongs to me belongs to you too.
I get that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what she's saying.
That's exactly what I
That's
am
what she's
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you see, single men will be afraid to be with you as a single mom, because you are coming with a lot of baggage, and you expect them to have all that baggage on them. Nobody want to do that. But if they see that you are capable of what you are doing this job very well, they will be more comfortable to want to share that space with you, especially if you're a good person. I am a good person. I see that, and I'll tell you, I'm not going to settle for less if you're in or out. It's not your responsibility, but it's very suitable if you can pinch in. So he's doing it out of his free will. It's not like I'm enforcing it on him.
No,
you get it.
But
yeah.
But that's what the family would think.
But the truth is this: why are we running away from reality?
No.
Hold on.
What reality?
Okay, what do you mean by reality?
Yeah, that's the reality.
This is what I'm about to say. I'm going to hit men.
Okay, 100%.
Why are we always talking about why will you go marry a single mom? Hold on, and don't cut me short.
I will never. I will let you finish.
This is the way I see it. It is we men that will still go after all these ladies, and they always say an African man are polygamous. It's not African men alone.
Everybody.
Men generally are polygamous in nature.
Okay, if we are polygamous in nature, and like she said, 7 to 1. If one gets one man,
the Bible said it. It said in the end time. Let me
Let
me even bear your last name.
Sister, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I have 3 girls. I have 3 kids, and they're all girls. But for me, I've never called them, say, you must do this, you must do that. I always say, just use your brain. Because wherever you find yourself, you're going to live it yourself. That's always I tell them. So I don't now see the reason why we men say, why will you marry? You can marry anybody. So far, you can find love, understanding. And let me tell you, the reason why we are saying this, both men and women, if women are having issue with being single mom or divorce, what about men? Men, they go through their own stuff too. Mm-hmm. It's because of the society, generally.
Their family, your mother. Why are you marrying the blessed girl? Your sister, why are you marrying the blessed girl? Your friends, why are you marrying?
Blessing the boy?
Blessing the boy.
Blessing the boy.
Blessing the boy too. Because
for
I think a lot of it borders on some type of insecurities too.
Yeah.
A man coming into a relationship with someone who has kids has a view of, this kid's gonna see me. I'm not their real dad. They have a real dad. What role am I playing? I'm a second-hand dad. It's all comes with, because I read a little story online like a couple of days ago. There was this guy saying he doesn't know what to do. He married a lady with 2 kids. They were living together. He said he's always been a stand-up guy, always trying to do everything for the kids. But the kids have a very special bond with their dad. Like, they always go spend the weekends. They always go. Anything he asks them to do, they'll be like, I got to check in with my dad. So he said the one that broke his heart was one of the kids, the phone broke. They're like, phone broke. It's like, okay, so he got back from work, came with a new phone. And the girl already had a new phone. Was like, oh, my dad brought me a new phone. Like, why would you go tell your dad? I was gonna buy you a new phone. Like, okay, my dad. And then like he spoke to the wife, and the wife too was like, maybe we should just give it to somebody or something. But and the guy was feeling confused. And a lot of people had different opinions. Some people like, you're not their father. They already have a bond with their father. You are the husband to their mother. That's your primary role. And as long as you're responsible in the home, if the dad is in their life and is doing a good job, would you want someone to come and take over your own kids as well? If the roles were reversed. So it's all about mindset and our own insecurities. Like, oh, how am I going to handle these kids that are not mine?
So I'm still buttressing something, please. My own take is this. A divorcee can still find a divorcee to marry. A divorcee can still find a single person to marry.
Sure.
Mine is, are you saying a divorcee going into date in a home where the couples are still all right? Is that...
SOJ, the couple are not all right if you are outside. If you're outside,
No.
the couple are not all right.
This
It's happening.
This is just
it's what we're saying in the community.
I know it is happening. I know
So
it is happening.
that's what I
but
want
this
to
is
talk
it.
about.
This is it.
It's not okay.
Where she started from. There's a lot of cards on the table that are being dealt. Okay, a lot of divorcees, a little experience. A lot of divorcees, they are not even looking to get married again.
100.
They need a companion.
Good.
They need someone that, you know what, we can just spend this little time together during the day. I want to be with my kids at night. If we go out, we go out. Maybe take a trip sometime. Someone I can talk to. And a married person fits the bill. Because number one, we don't hold each other kids. Number two, it's just when me and you see. It's just that companionship.
justifying that?
Look, this is the society. We are humans. We are humans. This is something that has been happening from day one. And it will continue to happen.
Let me tell you,
It's not.
Please let that
who
talk.
claim to be single,
Eh.
they are worse than
Even a lot of married. A lot of these divorces, I've had experience with a lot of single guys.
Yeah.
A lot of single guys just want to hit and run. At least they know a married man. They know there's no commitment coming from you again. There's no, hey, I love you for life. I'm going to marry you.
Look at the way you're pointing your finger.
All
Look at
that
the way
is
she's
not there.
pointing
All
her
that is
finger.
not there anymore. All the cards are on the table.
Let us speak, please.
All the cards are on the table. We both know the deal.
both know
But
the
a
deal.
single guy will
They
take
will
you for a
come
ride.
break my heart.
They will take you for a ride.
Which
Will tell
heart
me
they
my
get?
heart.
Where is the heart?
Me, my heart.
Which of the heart?
Me, I am carrying my divorcee self, and I'm sweet.
You want to
and
make
you,
her-
a single guy, come and tell me how much you love me and everything. I give myself to you. Boom, you hit and you run.
Another
But the
blessing,
ma-
another blessing
no,
the
no,
girl.
the
You not
married
them
one.
to
But
blessing the girl,
listen,
blessing the
the
girl,
married
The
blessing.
married one
The
wants you
married
to
one-
go and run.
A lot of married don't
because
run.
I know he will go and run. It's nothing. He's going home to his wife. I don't have nothing to do with you. I don't want no feelings. I just want your.
Speak to it, please.
That's I'm saying. That is not.
No, let us speak to it too, please.
Because that is the way they will think. Because
way-
the married guy, I know you're
100%,
married.
yes.
You don't want anything to do with
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
have your
Like
wife.
I
commitment
said,
is
You
just
are
companionship.
committed.
Just companionship.
And instead of me opening my heart and getting hurt, I'd rather where I know this person, hey, I'm your concubine. You're coming or whatever. Is it concubine? Is it the word? I don't know.
It's concubine, yeah.
Concubine,
And you
yeah.
come, you hit, you
You
take
hit, you
care of
go.
me, and you leave. I'm not expecting anything else. It's a contract. We have agreed. But now you're single guy. You come, I will curse you. Hey.
Yeah, she's very right, because I feel like the situation of being a single mom is what guys want to take advantage of, because they know that you want something. They will come with like, oh, I can offer you this.
They'll even buy ice cream for your kids.
They'll
They'll take them to movies. They'll take them to movies. I know people that have done it to people. They'll take your kids to movies. They'll be like, oh.
Oh, the one they can't do for their kids. The one they
And
can't do for their kids that are home.
And then the crazy thing again is this, where I feel a little bit sad for single moms is this. I'm not sad, but like the one thing that worries me is this. Now imagine, okay, you are dating this single guy today just because I want to date a single guy. Today you have this, tomorrow you have this. And you're bringing them around the kids. And then tomorrow they're asking, where is Uncle Kenny? Next tomorrow is, where's Uncle SOJ?
Why you make me?
All in the name of you are not single now. You are not a single guy. But I'm just saying, it has an effect. The overall effect on this on
On the
a
children.
divorcee too. I think sometimes that's why they just compromise that. You know what?
Nice.
If this one is gonna give me this
Mayor.
little sense of stability,
Mayor.
at least I know what our deal is.
What our deal is.
I know what our
You are even
level
right
is.
making that examples. You want to tell me the two of you that there's no place they have not asked where is Uncle Mayor, where is Uncle Saji?
Me.
Please,
Editor, edit this part.
And the thing is, the way
Editor,
they
edit.
look alike, I know.
Anything we have
You are hearing me, editor, edit, yo.
The kids will be confused.
They are not asking me anywhere. Oh. They are not asking me.
Make my name as a sound.
Okay, what do you have to say on that?
Well, I think everybody has spoken well, but the thing is, if we are going to consider the kids, just like everybody pointed out, that bringing different men and all that is the same thing, because even the person that you are in collaboration with is somebody else.
His wife.
Yeah, somebody else property. So what if those kids found out? You are going to break their home too. You are going to render those children, like to come from a broken home. So that's the way I.
But
That's
you know, a lot of I'm not going to say a lot, but there are some that they know what is going on outside.
It'll be
Why they
different
cough?
too. Excuse me. It'll be different too, because let's say you're messing with someone that is married. He's already don't want to be seen by your kids or anybody around, because he don't want his wife. He don't want the kid to see him in public and say, "Oh, that's Uncle something."
And then
When you're doing it with somebody that's married or whatever, like I say, it's a contract. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna be respectful to the wife. So of course, you can't open that up to your kids. Your kids will never know. It's not after my kids are sleeping or something like that.
And then even if the kids know, they will probably know that, okay, this is just friends. It's not like,
Yeah. Oh, that's aunties
unlike
with the husband.
the level of excitement you would have to introduce a single guy.
Versus someone that is married.
Yeah.
No.
The level of excitement that would be there, like, oh, everybody, I want you to
That's why
meet this, I
the
want you to
married
meet
one are
that.
called Sugar Papi, and the single one are
I'll go sugar boy.
Uncle.
But for me, I still believe that even divorcee, maybe like with 4 kids, I've seen people with 4 kids who got married
To a single guy. No, we're not saying it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We are just saying.
Miracles happen every day.
Miracle, no, they tired
No,
Jesus.
this is America. It's a free country.
Yeah.
No, we're not saying this is okay. Let me set the record straight. This is not a justification saying, oh, you're a divorcee, okay, dating a married man is right. Or a married man. No, it's not a justification for it. But in as much as we would also want to be factual, what is the trend? What is actually happening? What is obtainable? What is the truth of what? Because, like I said, when you have kids, you have to cater for and all that. You weigh your options. And then what's beaten twice shy is what they say. And so it has led to a lot of people just compromising.
This your smile.
Yeah.
He's kidding.
They're just compromising and say, you know what? Tabaradon. I'm out for Beshebo.
Interpret.
I know you might not understand. Adon is bat. Obe is what?
Elder.
It's obvious.
Obe is obes. So if you cannot see the bat, you use obes to do the sacrifice.
True.
So
You use something close to it.
close to
And
it.
then, you know the saying that I'm gonna go by these kids of this generation. I will say these kids because me, I
You are-
refuse.
you are
I
not a Gen Z.
refuse. I refuse.
But you are looking like a Gen Z
Listen,
now.
Turn down you. But me, listen, I refuse to affiliate myself with this generation but this is what they're saying, and you can watch them when you listen to Cardi B, Megan, and stuff like that. They will say that these niggas is for everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can have your husband at home and stuff like that. You do your job and you take care of your shit, but just still know these niggas is for everybody. You could do everything that you want to. A nigga that want to cheat, he's gonna cheat. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter. You can be Holy Mary. You could be the virgin. Everything. A nigga's gonna cheat, and it's not because that one is single. This one is not.
And it's not
whatever.
because because I'm
these
gonna
girls
cite an
have
example
accepted
too.
that.
Like, okay, I get where women a quick one. I get where women feel about what she said about, oh, my body, I've gone through childbirth. I feel I'm not attractive anymore. This, that. But then you also see that this guy is also dating someone who has 2 kids. while he left you at home with 3 kids.
Exactly.
So it's not even about that. Maybe women. I'm not saying I'm not a woman, so I don't want to be too controversial, but maybe it's a self-awareness to that. Look, it's in the nigger's head. It's just doing what the fuck he wants to do. It's not about you. It's not about how you look. It's not your body. That is not intriguing him.
Exactly.
For me, I'll go by Baker. Even from the days of the Bible. That's how it has been. Till now, it is.
Yeah,
That's
and that's been forever. So it's not about, he doesn't find me attractive anymore. That person is running after outside that he's doing for. Somebody's not finding that person attractive too. That they think he's not finding them attractive. It's just a very vicious cycle.
At the end of the day,
that we're
it
running.
depends on how the woman. Because I feel like they're always saying how the man is alpha or whatever. In reality, in this world, the woman is the one that runs everything.
Yeah.
It
Who runs
depends
the
on how I
world?
carry myself and how I treat myself. If I carry myself at the highest point or whatever, I can love you as much as I want, and you can be everything in my life. But me myself, every day that I wake up, I will make it. I will romance myself. I will love myself. I will do everything for myself. So even when you come and harm me, or when you go cheat and stuff like that, it will be a fly. It will not even be a flight to my body. It will never affect me because as a woman, I'm supposed to be the strongest in that house. I'm supposed to be the mother, the nurturer, the doctor, the lawyer, the everything. At the end of the day, so when people are saying somebody is dating the married man and stuff like that, man, it's not about him. He's just a weak one if he's still going. Or it don't have nothing to do with him. That woman that is in that house, keeping that marriage for 20, 30, 40 years or whatever, she's the boss.
Yeah, she
is.
You're
and
right
that's
about
what our mothers was.
She's the
A
MPD,
lot,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, that's what
our
African mothers
grandmothers
were.
That's what we, exactly. Because you'll see that even those, like my grandfather, even though he had about 10 wives, that my grandmother, they have her pictures everywhere. She's a hero. So like the way she fought for the community, she didn't pay attention. And then all them other wives, if anything is happening, guess who they run to? They don't go to my grandfather. Even right now, I have an uncle right now in Chicago. He has 3 wives, right? The oldest wife, everybody expected
And the
that.
wives are here too.
They're all here. So
Wow.
the one is, listen, he married one when he got here first to get everything straight. And then he met a younger one. That younger one's in her 20s. And then she has, the oldest one was in Africa. She had about 11 kids. The youngest one, what now? She has 5. And the first wife that he married here, she has 1 child. All of them are here. So when the last wife was coming from, the first wife was coming from Africa, everybody was like, yes, the youngest one's gonna get it. No, when the first one came, she looked at all the shops. My aunties, they braid hair. She looked at all the shops in Chicago. She said she's gonna go train at the youngest wife shop. Why would her husband have a shop in America and she'll go to somebody else? She became best friend with that youngest wife. So everything in my family, I grew up that my great auntie, if it's a wedding or anything, my great auntie, when she come in, they bring like 10 platter of food. But the wife, if I'm having the youngest one, when I'm having financial problem, if I'm having emotional problems or anything, I can talk to her and she relates. She'll tell me everything. But and then my middle auntie, if I'm having a problem with taxes and everything, she helped me with taxes. Anything when it comes to education or whatever, she'll help us with that. They work together, and because of that oldest wife, she put her foot down. She said, "Hey, come here. You're my sister. Forget them. They're expecting us to fight."
Can
the
you do
kids,
that?
I would definitely, because I grew up with my auntie like
Yeah,
that.
that equation doesn't work everywhere.
doesn't
And they
work.
don't, but no, that's why you have to be. Why are you jealous? Why are you like fighting?
You don't
and doing
expect people
everything?
to react to the same thing the same way. That's why we are unique and accepting that different. You don't expect me to react to the same thing the way my sister would react to it. We have different ways of expressing our emotions. So that's why.
So if you was the first wife when you
Hold
come to
on.
America,
wait,
now,
wait.
Hold on.
It's time for us
In
to
closing,
round up. It's
for
time
me,
for us to
my
round up.
advice that ladies don't expect too much from your man. Either single
be a
or-
boss yourself.
Really?
Men don't expect
Be a
too much.
boss.
That's what keep me going. I don't expect too much from anybody.
That's why we don't have hypertension.
Anybody. Trust me. I've never
okay.
had hypertension for one day. You tell me, what do you? I say,
Okay, yeah, it's been a very interesting one. I wish we had more time to keep going because definitely for the next 2 hours we'll still keep going because it's a broad topic. By and large, in everything we've said, it's not. There's no status quo. There's no. We're not saying, oh, this person needs to be judged, or this person is doing it right,
all.
or this person. It's just a different view of opinions and
Do right,
What
live
everybody.
right.
Yeah, do right, live right. everybody knows what's right in their mind. When you're doing it, you know what I'm doing. Do I want somebody else to see me doing this or not? If not, then you know you're doing some bullshit that you shouldn't be caught up with.
And everything that is done in darkness always come in light.
To light. Yeah.
So whatever you do it where you are proud of it and you can stand up and face it every day yourself when they come and face
you.
Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.